What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Chris Grant podcast. I can't believe we've got so many episodes thus far, and it's not that many, but most podcasts don't make it this long, especially when I'm involved. So I think that's really cool. We're going to be talking about today. We've got a comedy show coming up at the Treehouse Lounge. It's going to be our second comedy show there. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the comedians that are involved with that comedy show. Very talented people coming up. Got a couple from Joplin coming up, so that's going to be cool. We're going to talk about the indie comedy scene right now. Some open mic stuff. Just kind of update you on what's happening there. And then talk about some upcoming shows. We're going to let you know who our new sponsor is. I'm going to break them on this episode. And got another little story for you as well. So kind of cool. Yeah, our new sponsor, just so you know, this isn't the only time I'm going to shout you out. All right. This is a freebie right here. We're going to, I had somebody cancel because of the weather this week. And, we were going to do an interview style podcast, but, I wanted to go ahead and do this one. So you're getting, for your ad dollars, you're getting more impressions than what you bargained for already. So thank you guys once again for that. If you want to be a sponsor on the show, hit me up. You can find me in the description, email, message, whatever. I will get it somehow. You'll find me if you want me. And I might find you. So let's talk about that comedy show, guys. So once again, it's going to be at the Treehouse Lounge. And if you don't know where that's at, if you're from here, it's really easy. It's the old Summers at the River. If you're not from here, don't know where it's at, it's outside of town. So if you're going south on Campbell towards Nixa, you're going to take a right at Double A, and that's right next to the go-kart track. You can just go down there a little bit. You'll take a right at Double A. You'll take another right. You'll see the signage for the Treehouse Lounge. It's kind of back in there and kind of hidden a little bit, which I think is cool. But yeah. You'll see the signage, all that stuff, and it's one more point of reference for you if you know where Field of Screams is. Same spot. So go back there to the clubhouse, and you'll find it. Parker Willis is coming up from Joplin, I should say. He is absolutely killing it down there with these shows at JB's. Okay, so JB's is another cannabis lounge down in Joplin. They do a really good job. It's a cool vibe. And Parker is he's booking shows there. So he's booking them weekly. He's got weekly comedy shows. I was just on one a couple weeks ago. I loved it. It was fun. The stage was cool. The people were cool. Just a great vibe all around. So I really love what he's doing down there. He's a funny comedian. He's got plenty of stuff to make you laugh. In fact, we're only having him do, I think, 15 minutes, something like that. And he can do way more. He's a headliner for sure. Same with Russell Henley from Joplin. I love Russell. He's a part of my comedy journey. He's been a part of the comedy journey since the beginning. And, I'm glad to have him on another show. He was actually on the first show that I ever did at QNOteca. He was the headliner at that show. So I was really, proud and happy to have him there, and I'm proud to have him again. This guy, I'm telling you, this guy is one, super, super top level joke writer. He's always coming with new stuff. His structure's good. His delivery, he's kind of low key with his delivery and stuff like that. But pay attention to Russell Henley, man. His stuff is solid, it's funny, and that's why he keeps getting on these shows. Of course, that's why he's producing shows. Let's talk about that for a second, because this guy throws stuff together all the time, and he has been consistently delivering a great open mic in Joplin, Missouri, at Bites and Pipes. So he's doing a really good job with everything he's doing in comedy, and he works with other guys. He goes on the road. He does, lots of stuff. So really, really happy to have Russell Henley on the lineup. Parker Willis, I'm sorry. that was a name mashup. You'll see in a second. But Parker Willis, Russell Henley, that's worth your ticket price in itself, okay? The next up, we've got Katie Still, okay? Katie Still is a beast, right? One of the best female comedians in our comedy scene. I think she probably had to have a fake ID to get into billiards when she started doing comedy. She started when she was that young. She's been around for a long time, consistently funny. I think the funniest thing I like about Katie is that the things that come out of her mouth do not match your preconceptions of her. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. It surprises you. It's very funny. And you need to come see Katie Still. Now, she's a headliner too. She won't be doing, full headliner time, but she is definitely a headliner. So what that means is that these people are going to be bringing their best stuff for you. And the way the reason these shows are structured that way is it's a party. We want a lot of people there. We want a lot of comics there to show their stuff. We want comics to be able to do more time, right? And so, I'm really happy that we've got Katie Still on this lineup. Next up, one of my other favorite female comedians in the scene is Giovanna Calvetti, and I said it correctly. It's not correct on the flyer. It won't be. I said Gio on the flyer, but it's Giovanna Calvetti. The only reason I said Gio is because it didn't fit. But she's great. She's probably, 2'7" tall. And no, I'm just totally kidding. This isn't a roast battle, Gio. Sorry, Giovanna. No, she's awesome. She has all kinds of good stories about dating. She's a little higher brow, so respectable. I'm not sure exactly why she wanted to be on this show, but I'm glad she's, going to bring it up a notch for people. Single mom. She's got some humor about that, some bits about that. Really funny comic, and I like watching her stuff because I learned some things. She's helping me out. Next on the list, we've got me. That's right. I'm kind of like the Quentin Tarantino of these shows, if you will. I just kind of put myself in there at some random spot. I don't take the spotlight. It's awkward, but people allow it. So thank you. I appreciate that. No, I don't actually think that of my comedy skills. I just have a good time. I do this because I want to be out there. I want to have fun. And I want to be part of the party too, man. It's fun. It's fun. So let's see. I got other comics that I haven't announced on there. I'm still waiting on some confirmations from people and stuff. I do know that there's a guy named Kurt that's coming up. He's a funny dude. He's from Arkansas. So we got Joplin Comics coming. We got somebody from Arkansas coming. We've got another guy too. You can find him on a previous podcast episode. We talk at length about Brad Pitt, and he's also a former LA stuntman. So there's lots of stuff going on with this guy. Of course, I'm talking about Ryan Shields. So check this guy out too on my channel, etc. Funny guy. There's a clip in there of this dude on fire in our podcast episode. There's all kinds of stuff in there. Check out the other episodes too. Jessie Ann Shearer was on a recent episode. Now, she won't be on this show. She's been on other shows. But still, hilarious woman. So yeah, really looking forward to this show. It's going to be a blast. So that being said, of course, let me go ahead and throw out that coupon code for you again. That's going to be, how do I do this? That's going to be high five. It's going to get you $5 off your ticket price. And it's $25. With that, it's going to be $20. So let's talk about why that's so cheap for you. Okay. First of all, we got a bunch of comics that are going to be there. They're going to keep you entertained. And it's going to be a different form different kind of comedy show than you're used to. Okay, so you're going to see more comics, more variety. So that part is valuable. I think that in itself is at least worth $25, right? Again, it's only $20. Then, when you get in there, you're going to get a free pre-roll, right? So everybody in there is going to get a free pre-roll when you walk through the door. So that's another added bonus to paying for this comedy show, okay? But wait, there's more. There's also a free dab bar at this place. Yes, a free dab bar. Now, people think I'm crazy when I talk about that. They don't understand how it can be, sustainable. They don't understand how these people can just essentially give it away. Well, let me explain it to you. I believe, now I don't know the inner workings of their business, so let's not go there. But I do believe they get, they have some sponsorships. People want to try products. People want, Cannabis brand A wants people to try their product, so they put it at the Treehouse so that people can try the product and see how they like it, etc. They do a lot of different cannabis, events and things like that to just bring people in the industry together, etc. So that's how they do it. Now, that being said, let me tell you something different about it. I would equate it to going to like a Golden Corral or something, and I don't know, with an appetite and thinking you're going to eat a whole bunch, but you're going to get full at some point, and you're probably going to get full quicker than you think, especially at the Treehouse. If you want to test it out and you want to just really push yourself and prove me wrong, there's couches there if you want to take a nap too. But anyway, there's enough for everybody, I promise. It's never ever been an issue, so that's how they make it happen. So let's run that down for a second. You got a bunch of comics now. You got your pre-roll when you walk through the door. You got access to the dab bar. They do have snacks and drinks available. Those aren't going to be free, but that does mean that if you come, now they're not going to be able to, well, yeah, they will be able to feed you. There's going to be a food truck there as well. So they do have snacks, drinks, and a food truck. If you come hungry, you're going to be able to eat just as much as you want, or as little as you want. So there's that too. And, just to trail off for a minute too, there's so many more cool things that go on at the Treehouse Lounge. So it's worth checking out their social media and seeing what they've got going on. Man, they do Lego nights, where everybody just hangs out and does Legos. They do what they call karaoke, which I think is hilarious. I think they have a thing where you can do pottery sometimes. I know they do infused yoga because I've done it there. Let's see here. What else do they do? Just all kinds of stuff. They got a pool table in there. They got video game systems. They got a turntable. It's, just a real cool, chill environment to hang out. Kind of get that bar atmosphere without the bar atmosphere, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it's just a totally different vibe, and everybody's really cool. So check out the Treehouse Lounge, man. Do some research, even if you don't make it to the comedy show. I think it'll be worth your time to check it out. Let's talk about our sponsor, guys. How about that? Our sponsor, first paid sponsor for the podcast, Yin Ching out in Ozark, Missouri. Thank you guys so much for the sponsorship. Again, this one's a freebie. We're going to get you on the next episode too. This place is awesome. So Yin Ching is located in Ozark, Missouri at 5301 North 22nd Street. And, the simple directions are just go ahead and take 65, out to Ozark and get off on the Fremont Hills exit. It's going to be basically right behind that gas station. There's a bin store back there. You're going to see the Mud House location. So get off on that exit, take a left at the Mud House, and then you're going to take a left into the Yin Ching parking lot. When you get in there, I've been there before a couple times, and it's a great spot. They have all the Chinese dishes that you're used to. Cashew chicken, sweet and sour, General Chicken, etc. All the fixings, etc. I'm sure they've got so much more stuff, but I just stick to the basics. The environment, the atmosphere is very nice. The dishes, the cutlery, everything is well done. It's just a cool vibe in that spot as well. Now, how did we pick up this sponsorship? Why? The people who own Yin Ching are comedy supporters. They've been supporting the local comedy scene as long as I've been in it. And that's really saying something because, especially about how they feel about me, because that means they've been around, long enough to see me do some really terrible sets. And they've seen some really terrible sets. They've seen some really good ones too, though. So, it goes both ways, but it's so funny and so cool to kind of have them as, still involved, but to kind of have them as a benchmark and look at my own progress and say, man, thank you for sticking it out with me, guys. Oh my gosh. And I'm not even saying I'm great yet. I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying. But, yeah, man, so they're comedy fans. They support everybody. They love the scene. And I want to support them. I want to give back to them and see if we can get some people out there to eat some cashew chicken. That's what it's all about, guys. It's real simple. Basically, what I'm saying is thank you guys for the support and thank you for believing in the local comedy scene, the comics, and also thank you for believing in this podcast. I appreciate it. Regardless of if it gets anybody out there, I'm going to be out there and I'm going to bring some comics out there. So you're going to get paid back. But hopefully other people will patronize you as well. Or maybe, if it's been a while since you've been out there, go eat some cashew chicken for me. It'll make me funnier. So next up, I'm going to talk just a little bit about the indie scene, what's kind of happening right now, and what you can expect from what's going on. So then I'm going to talk a little bit about some upcoming shows, and finally we'll leave it with a heartwarming story about a donation and how comedy has helped the community. But yeah, the indie scene, man, it's taken a really cool direction recently, and I just couldn't be more proud of the people I'm working with, the people who have stepped up to be a part of the indie scene, to be a big part of the indie scene, to work really, really hard. And one of the people I'm talking about is Angelica Lopez, and you can check her out on another podcast episode that I did fairly recently. She's incredible. I mean, she put together the Galentine's show, and just absolutely, without a doubt, everybody crushed it. They did a great job. I mean, it was such a cool thing to watch. Her and I have talked a little bit, and she's picked my brain about producing shows and things like that. She's observed a lot as well. So I think between that, she was able to, and of course, her own skills. I'm not taking away from her skills at all, but, she's been able to just kind of feel everything out and put her own stank on it, do her own thing. And she, again, did a really, really good job. And all the ladies did a great job with their sets. And I'm even gonna take it a notch above that and talk about how great they did. Poor Jessica Johns. She had it rough that night. Of course, a guy had it rougher because a guy had a seizure during Jessica Johns' set, right? And just boom, hit the floor. And Jessica's like standing up there like, I don't know what to do. And the ambulance comes, we get him taken care of, we get him stabilized, etc. And, Jessica was only like the third performer up, I think. So the momentum had just started going. And boom, here's this incident, trauma. What do we do? And so everybody, handled it really well, very professionally, stabilized him, etc. Waited for the paramedics to get there, and he's doing okay. But as far as the comedy goes, everybody came there. They had their tickets. They came for a good time, and it that'll either make or break a show, right? So, well, it can break a show a lot easier, I guess, but that actually, they did a phenomenal job coming out of that. Excuse me, let me find my words here. But yeah, they did a phenomenal job coming out of that and really turning it around. Jessica is a pro. She was able to make a joke with just the right amount of humor, because it's so hard to joke about something like that just happened. But she was able to just sprinkle something out there, get everybody's attention again, and boom, run right back into her set. That's the mark of a pro. Then after that, of course, boom, 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 everybody killed it. Katie Still was on that one. She killed it. So again, you're going to want to see her at this show. But circling back, not only did Angelica do a great job on the show itself, but then everybody was able to pull it back and pull it back around and make it a good show, even after something so traumatic. So kudos to Angelica, everybody at Moon City Pub for how they handled everything. Isabella also really, really helped out on that. So yeah, super proud of all of them. And then let's go ahead and talk about the open mic on Monday nights with Kevin Lowry. Kevin's been on a few of my shows. Super funny dude. Just I don't even know. He's in a world by himself, and it's a funny world. We compete for vintage clothes at the flea market. So if you see him out there, distract him. Thrift stores too. I want them all. But no, man, he's a cool guy, and he started a mic at Q Enoteca on Monday nights. It starts at, I think the list goes out at 6, and it starts at 7. So it's an earlier mic on a Monday night. Super, super chill vibe. And the reason I really, really like his mic is because it's completely independent. It feels independent. We don't have to worry about anything. It's just pure art inside. And what else is cool, and I can really say that about, any C Street venue. I think this one's just, it's new and it's cool, but it's the same feeling in Moon City. We've just got that cool, independent vibe. It's a special thing, guys. It really is. And it's taken a long time to develop. And I've been saying it for a long time, and I've had conversations with other people in the past, DJing and things like that. We talk about culture, right? And this is one I'm going to go off on a soapbox, and you can listen or not, but I think a lot of people need to hear this, especially in this city. We talk about culture, right? And you'll see a lot of people in this city try to force culture on you, right? They want to create something, and they want to market it, and they want to just put it on you. And I don't know, man. But at the end of the day, you know what it's about. It's probably like a money scheme, or it's probably there's an ulterior motive, or there's something else, right? And those things don't build culture, right? It's when you treat people right. It's when you develop trust, when you develop integrity, when you treat people with these things, and that's when you create something that actually works, right? So culture you can't force culture. Culture has to develop. So, and you can tear it down so much quicker than you build it. So again, that's why I'm so proud of these people is they're building culture in this town. Now look, we've had lots of culture in this town for a long time. It's just really cool to have a front seat to this, and to see how cool things are getting, to see people working together, whether they're getting paid or not, to see people making decisions, based on their higher selves, instead of anger, resentments, whatever, to see people putting the spirit of comedy first. I always say that you will be successful in your shows, in your career, whatever you're doing, if you put the spirit of comedy first. Okay? That's why you're doing it. When you get sidetracked on the money, whatever you're sidetracked on, it's not going to work as well as it will if you put the spirit of comedy first. So, to my fellow comics, if you're watching, I got something to tell you too. And I promise you, you need to hear this. When you cultivate a culture, okay, people are going to notice. Okay, people with money are going to notice. And they're going to want a part of it. But they're going to want to do it their way. They're going to want to market it. They're going to want to, tell you they're going to make you a star. They're going to do whatever. Don't let them do it. We have worked too hard and come too far to let anybody get in and take the culture that you guys have created. Okay? I'm serious. And I hope we don't have to see it play out the other way. So stay independent. That's what I'm saying. I mean, make wise decisions. Make good decisions for your career. Make thoughtful decisions. Don't be independent, to the point where you're completely messing your career up, but don't be stupid either. Don't take don't make a deal that's less than what you would make or whatever because you think somebody's going to put you on another level or whatever. Because if that was the case, don't you think we'd have a history of people that's already happened to? Where are they at? They're few and far between. So let's keep it going how we have it. Let's stay independent. Protect the culture. Protect what you have, man. It's so special. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about upcoming shows, and there aren't, for me, other than the Treehouse, I don't have a lot. There are some other shows happening around the area. You might, want to check those out. You're just going to have to look on Facebook. I haven't done a lot of research. I've just kind of been on my own lane. I think Angelica Lopez is putting on, I know she's putting on a show that's, again, going to be all females. It's going to be a mom show. I believe they're all mothers as well. So that's cool, too. Not only do we have enough funny female comedians in this town to do a Galentine's show with all female comics, we also have enough funny female comedians in this town to do a mom show with all female moms on the lineup, which is incredible. So I know that's out there. Do some research, find it, check it out. I have no doubt you can do all that stuff. Her and I are actually working on co-producing another show in April, but I don't have near enough details to even talk about anything more than that. So just those are the only two I've got right now, but stick around, stay tuned. Of course, you can also join the email list at heavyheadsrecords.com. That's going to let you know what's going on with everything in that universe. And yeah, I'm looking forward to summer too, guys. I'm looking forward to nice weather and just getting outside and honestly not doing comedy at all for maybe a week or two. It's jet ski season. I got a killer mullet. Come on. So before I go, I want to talk about one more thing. Don't want to get too deep into it, but earlier in the month, it was on my heart, and I decided to, pledge all the money I make from comedy in February to firefighters with PTSD. And it's a personal thing of mine. I've been helped in my life. My family has been helped by a firefighter with PTSD who also cares about firefighters with PTSD. And I just thought this month feels right for me to donate, the spoils from my comedy, my art, to firefighters with PTSD. So it feels good to be able to essentially take that energy, take the comedy, take the laughter, etc., and turn it into something positive for our community. Now, that being said, I don't know that it's going to do a lot. I don't make a lot of money in comedy. But I have faith that it's going to help somebody at some point when they need it. So, and what they do, guys, is basically the fire department has a team of people. They have what's called a peer team. Okay, and essentially every firefighter that has PTSD gets at least 5 free counseling sessions throughout the year if they need them. So they can call anytime and be like, "Hey, I need a session," uh, you know, and they'll set it up. And they have the peer team fund will pay for it. I think it's a really good initiative. I think it's cool, and they were they were shocked today that when I walked in there and actually wanted to donate, which was humbling. I felt like a rock star, and I kept reminding them, I'm like, guys, this is not much money, and it was just really cool to see the response from them, and I'm really grateful that they treated me so nicely, and yeah, I don't feel like I deserved it, and I wish I could have done more, but I do thank them for being so kind. So with that being said, I think I'm going to wrap this one up. I want to thank everybody for watching once again. I love doing this. So thanks again to Yen Ching for being our sponsor. And if you made it this far, thank you for sticking around. That's awesome. If I could ask you to do one more thing, actually 3 more things, like, share, and subscribe if you would. Check out the other episodes too. They're just getting better every time. I've got more coming up for you, more comic interviews. Lots of cool stuff, maybe some road trip stuff. I'm going to just go ham with this thing. So I hope you stick around and keep checking out this podcast. The more you give to it, the more I'm able to give to you. The more you share, the more I can do, and etc. So every little bit helps. So I think that's it, guys. I've had a great time shooting this one, and I will catch you next time.